So this has been a challenge for many small businesses, and we often hear feedback from businesses saying like, we spent, and it's not that they don't want to spend the money. We've spent $8,000, $10,000, $20,000 on our marketing, and we end up with nothing to show for it. That's a complicated situation, but this is how you know you should be when it's time to hire someone. When you're noticing that you're getting traction from your marketing, even your ads that you're sending out, but then you don't have enough knowledge base on your team. So when you want to hire somebody, there are various places that you can go to. I have found much success with W-2s, but I've also found success with people that we've hired on Upwork. So there are several different outsourced sites that people use. Some people use Upwork, some people find consultants on LinkedIn, and some people find people on Fiverr. I personally think that Fiverr is good for specific quick things, like something that's not longevity for a business. I think Fiverr has the propensity to be good, but you have to be very clear in setting expectations of what the deliverables should be, what you want. So if you're going to do a branding campaign, you want to make sure that you have them send you samples of branding campaigns and branding guidelines and content guidelines that they've done before. I find that Upwork has the propensity for us to be a greater value add. Why? Is because I found that there's more senior talent on Upwork. And so Upwork is great if you want to have someone that is usually they're international, but they also are domestic as well. But if you're looking to have someone who's consistent, what we always say is try them out for 60 days and then see how it works. If it works fine, then you can continue to use them throughout the relationship, the longevity of your business. So when is it time and who should you hire and what should you spend? It depends. If you want someone to write content for your newsletter after you have created your messaging, your value proposition, after you have told your brand story and created that storytelling narrative, you should be looking to spend anywhere between $35 to $45 for an entry-level marketing person per. A good marketing salary for someone would be anywhere from $50,000 to $60,000 for someone who's entry fresh out of college. Now, if you just want to have them post on your social media, if you just want to have them write copy for your newsletter, and take photos of your team, start building out your social media profile, your Instagram, it's a great opportunity because a lot of times it gives them an opportunity to create their own kind of feel for how they do the marketing, but I wouldn't have them be heavy into the strategy, strategic planning, the goal setting, the aligning and tracking and the KPIs. That is a more senior level marketing person. Now you can find someone who is a 1099 who's willing to do that. But let me tell you where most small businesses get stuck. People take on more than they can handle because they want the income. So if you do have a marketing consultant that you have identified on LinkedIn or on Upwork and you say, oh my God, this person is amazing, you should be looking to spend anywhere between $55 and $75, and sometimes $90 an hour. After that, anytime you're going over $75 an hour, it may be cheaper just to hire someone, a W-2 person full time. So if you're looking for a consultant, you want to be very clear that you set up milestones and deliverables of what they are supposed to do. I mean, from every day. What are they doing every day? Are they posting to your social media? Are they sending out writing copy for newsletter? Are they looking at your brochures, updating your brochures? Are they doing follow-up customer service surveys to your customers and then taking that data, using that content to put in the newsletter? Like what specifically are the action items and the frequency of what they're supposed to do? Because you want to be able to hold people accountable. The greatest lesson I learned, and even I own a marketing company, is when people it's not what you expect, but a friend told me it's what you inspect. So being able to hold people accountable is really key. And a lot of people take on more than they should when it comes to clients. It is impossible for one marketing consultant to, at a great level, serve more than 2, maximum 3 clients as an independent solopreneur, unless they have other people working for them. And then you're getting to the point where you hire a company. And if you're hiring a company, I think a reasonable retainer for a marketing agency that's worth their weight in gold, maybe 2 people just to do social media posting, would be $5,000. If you're looking at really supersizing and moving forward with someone who is fully owning the full marketing experience, like owning that full marketing experience, you would be looking at $10,000 plus a month. And so for, let's say, 120,000, you get the benefit of outsourcing is you get them and they do several different things. They don't just do one thing. So they're going to write your marketing copy. They're going to write your marketing, your articles, do your social media content strategy. And then you'll work with them and maybe have an intern on site take photos every week, or have the service people take photos, before and after photos. You upload them, and then the marketing agency will pull those down, share those on social media, share those in the emails. Like, we want to profile 3 new customers we did renovation projects from. Create a system for your company. Like, once the service people go out, they take the before and after photos, take the before when they start the project, they take the after, they upload it and title it with the name of the client or the customer, and you marry that photo, that before and after photo, with the customer service survey where they say you did a good job. You promote that in the newsletter and you continue to push that out on social. So it's an opportunity for you to really kind of create an integrated approach with your systems, right? But you want to make sure you have someone who's the person who sets up your marketing is not going to be someone who has 1 or 2 years experience. I have seen that happen, but those are outlier situations. Most of the people that you're going to want to hire, I say, if you're going to hire a marketing director, you want to hire an intern to support them, because the marketing person, the director level, 120,000 is big picture. And then the marketing assistant who helps them does a lot of the execution, the posting, the tagging. They can do the collect and do the content based on what the testimonials are in the before and after photos from the actual customers. So you want to make sure that you are hiring people who have experience. Marketing director, I would not entertain anyone for a marketing director position in our company unless they had 10 plus years of experience, like out of college experience, and not their first job being like trial and error, but like they actually did the work. The second is you always want to check references, even for consultants. And the one question I always ask if I'm hiring a consultant on a short term for a project is, how has that person made an impact on the marketing for your organization? Because then you're getting into outcomes and their capability and their capacity. The second question I ask is, how do they provide infrastructure? Because the entire reason for hiring someone to come in and do your marketing as a small business is not only to have them do the work, but provide infrastructure so that if they're not there or they leave, you and the company and operations, anyone can pick in, because they know, like, this is where Beth has all the photos. This is where Beth keeps all the previous emails. This is where Beth keeps the testimonials. So you want to have a person come in and set up some kind of infrastructure and marketing structure as well, so stuff just isn't everywhere. You don't want Beth to leave or go on maternity leave and people are like, oh, I don't know what Beth did, or what, I can't find any of Beth's stuff. You want systems in place. So that is going to come with someone who tends to be a little bit more senior, but also, like I said, there are those circumstances where you have millennials and Gen Z who are just killing it when it comes to the social media and organizing the content. That varies though. It's not something that you can specifically assign with a generation, but I have seen that typically when you hire higher end marketing people, they want structure and they want order because they don't want to be finding stuff, you know? So I would say that if you're going to start with hiring someone, you can start with hiring an intern if you just want them to do newsletters and take photos for the summer. Pay them anywhere from $18 to $20 an hour. If you want to hire somebody fresh out of college, I would say start somewhere between $35 and $40 an hour. That's pretty good. 35, you can probably live with that. That's a high cost market. If you're in a lower cost market, you know, you would say probably $25 an hour. If you're looking to hire, get to that point where, okay, it's time for me to bring on a marketing director and I can actually afford a good marketing director. In some of the low cost markets, you might be looking at $80,000 a year. High cost markets, you really want somewhere that's about $100,000 a year. And then for $20,000 a year, you might be able to pull on a marketing agency, which is going to give you diversity of experience. But do not hire them until you provide them your mission, their goals, and their objectives, and you have them tell you what KPIs you should be tracking. You have them tell you what the marketing strategy and plan should be, because you want to see what they can do. You don't want to have them just give a presentation. You say, oh, this is great, because they show you some pretty pictures and some photos, and then you hire them and they can't deliver. You want them to come with the strategy and say, this is how we're going to get you more customers. This is how we're going to get you more product sales. This is how we're going to increase your existing clients to convert them to be high cost clients for this new white glove service that you're offering. So you want them to tell you. And then again, when it comes to like where to source talent, I always say it's good to source. You can source consultants on Upwork, 1099s. You pay them, attach it to your credit card, and you pay them weekly. Or you can do LinkedIn for W-2s. You can also do LinkedIn for consultants as well. And then finally, I would say third would be Fiverr, but that's very specific, nuanced situations where you need something quick, a quick fire, a quick turnaround. This is critical because you do not want to be in a situation where we've seen some of our clients spend $120,000, $150,000 a year, which is good money when you're a small business. That's a lot of money, and have nothing to show for it, right? But you also want to make sure you regulate the consultants. They have specific things they're supposed to be delivering in their milestones, and have them create an action plan, have them say what they're going to do, have them guarantee outcomes and impact. A business that's a marketing agency that's worth their weight in gold will be able to say, I can guarantee you will get this. That is not far-fetched of a request. Thank you. Hope that helps.